After weeks of excitement, anticipation, speculation, and build-up, we draw ever so closer to finding out Black's true identity and the relation between Zamasu and if in fact he bears the exact same ki as Black, possibly having some sort of an involvement with Black. And with that being said, Beerus, Whis, and Goku travel out to Universe 10 in order to find answers, and answers we shall receive in this episode. Welcome Dragon Ball Super fans to my official Dragon Ball Super Episode 53 review entitled Reveal Black's True Identity. Now to the Kaiōshin Realm of Universe 10, where Goku, Beerus, and Whis encounter and confront Zamasu to find out answers, leading into next week's exciting episode of Dragon Ball Super Episode 54. Again, everybody, please be warned that this video will contain loads and loads of spoilers. A fair warning, so if you guys don't want anything spoiled for you, simply fast forward the video, go watch the episode, come back so we can talk more Dragon Ball Super down in the comments. Please don't also cry in the comments about being spoiled by the thumbnail or any of that, because nothing is being said or shown that you guys don't already know. And once again, quick plugs before we begin. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for all the latest in Dragon Ball news, updates, What If Battles, Xenoverse 2, and much more content, guys. Daily uploads and daily videos for you guys to watch and enjoy. So I thank you all so very much for supporting the channel greatly, as I always do. Be sure to spread the word about Unreal ENT Gaming. Be sure to also check out the description down below for lots of goodies and updates and contact information so we can interact for more Dragon Ball Super content. And of course, with that being said, the translations to this episode, in case you guys are wondering how I was able to pick up on the dialogue prior to the subs coming out, was translated by none other than Herms98 on Twitter. As always, he is the first person to provide us with the translations first, so thank you so much, sir, for that. The subs will be out tomorrow morning, so I really hope you guys go ahead and enjoy. And with that being said, we the fans have waited over 2 weeks to find out what the heck is going on, and of course the battle between Zamasu and Super Saiyan 2 Goku commenced. And I will say that the battle between Zamasu and SSJ2 Goku was really good, and the fact that it brought back kind of like a mysterious feeling behind Zamasu. But nevertheless, we start the episode off with Beerus and Whis arriving on Zamasu's planet, and of course prior to that, Whis was telling Goku that obviously enough, Zamasu is a prodigy of the gods. He is a fighting genius, and he is apprentice as well. So Goku was very ecstatic by that. But we pan on over to Zamasu and Gowasu, who is the yellow Kaiōshin present with him, and he's pouring tea, and he keeps asking Gowasu about humans. He keeps saying, why do we have to protect humans? What purpose does it serve? Because they're fucking idiots. Pretty much dissing us all, guys. I mean, obviously the gods don't like us, but Gowasu tells him that it's not up to, you know, us to destroy. It's up to the gods' destruction to destroy. We're just responsible for creating. We're responsible for overlooking their actions. Whatever they do, they decide to do, they have the free will to do so. And Gowasu explains that Kaiōshins are supposed to create and not directly interfere with foreign business, such as human business and stuff. And Zamasu is, you know, pretty much irritated by this, and you know, that's when Gowasu tells him only gods of destruction are allowed to blow stuff up, and you only get to watch things happen from a distance. So that obviously has upset up Zamasu, because Zamasu has somewhat of a disliking of humans. There's something about humans that he just does not like. And then we pan on over to Beerus and Whis and Goku arriving, and we see everyone bowing to Beerus and Whis, and we see how Goku runs and he makes his way towards Zamasu, and Zamasu's like, wow, like, who is this? And of course, you know, that's when they explain this is Goku. He is a Saiyan, he is a human, and that's when, you know, Zamasu refers to Goku as a ninja, which technically is translated as human, but he's also quite curious to see that there's a mortal who is a non-godlike being who is also quite significantly strong. So Zamasu is confused and angry at all of the accusations that Goku is, you know, making towards him, because Goku's like, hey, listen, we have to fight. So imagine if someone confronted you like that, and they're like, hey, listen, we have to fight, you know, your ki feels very similar to like this bad guy and stuff. So Zamasu is very angry at the fact that Goku just came to this planet, and he's interrogating him, he's asking him questions, he wants to fight him. So, you know, he's asking like why this filthy human is even hanging out with gods such as Beerus and Whis in the first place. So Goku proceeds to touch him, and then Zamasu gets really pissy. He's like, how dare you touch me? And Goku challenges Zamasu to a battle right then and there, and Beerus pretty much intervenes. He's like, no, not yet, we still have to ask questions. And he's smacking Goku around like it was nothing, which was pretty funny because that's what Beerus does to Goku. And you know, Beerus and Whis explain, you know, about the Black story about Black, and how he looks like Goku, but he also uses the Kaiōshin time ring, and that he's asking, you know, both of the Kais if they know anything about that, and they're all surprised, like, no, we don't know anything about that. And then Beerus wants to see the time rings for himself to make sure that they're all present, they're not, you know, altered, or that they're all intact. So, you know, that's when they bring out the box, and inside of the box we see all 5 of the time rings. And but even with that being said, you know, Beerus and Whis are like, all right, well, the rings are here, but that still doesn't explain how Black still has one. And then that's when Goku keeps challenging Zamasu. He's like, listen, man, we have to find out what happens. And you know, he challenges his level of politeness, because Goku's insinuating that, yeah, you may be polite, but you know, there's something about you that I have to test for myself. and Zamasu just keeps getting angry at Goku, and that's when Gowasu tells Zamasu to fight Goku. It's a good opportunity for him to, get to know the humans better and stuff, and Zamasu's quite taken back by this. Obviously enough, he's hiding something, and you can see that by his demeanor, you can see that by the look on his face, and that's when Beerus tells Zamasu not to hold back, otherwise he will die because Goku is that strong. And, Zamasu's like, alright, fine, we'll fight. So, meanwhile, while that's happening, we pan over back to Earth, and we see future Trunks encounter Android 18. These two had a major beef back in the day, and now, for the very first time, Trunks is seeing Android 18 after years, and then he's about to pull out his sword and chop her in half, and that's when Krillin had to intervene. Krillin's like, whoa, man, things are different now, and that's when Android 18 approaches Trunks, and she's like, hey, it's been a long time. I heard that you killed me over on your world and stuff, and then that's when they pretty much explain to Trunks that 18 and Krillin are married, and Trunks is like, oh, you're married with a kid? Krillin? Like, who's your wife, And that's when, 18 came out and stuff. It was pretty funny because, like, he still felt as if, like, like there was something going on. Like, obviously enough, he did not know that, she was alive during that timeline because she, he thought she was dead. But then we see something that we've never seen before, and that's Android 18 and future Trunks finally get along. And that was actually such a, heartwarming moment because he's obviously had such resentment towards her, and now that, she pretty much cleared the air with him, she was all good to go from there. So that was a pretty cool moment. But then we pan on over back to Universe 10 where Goku fights Zamasu, and Zamasu was really taken back as to how powerful Goku truly was because he couldn't believe that there was a mortal slash human slash Saiyan who was really, really strong like that. And Goku's impressed too because the minute Goku charged him, Zamasu was easily able to, just dodge Goku. And Goku had to unleash one specific ki blast that unleashed Zamasu's energy. And right then and there, I got goosebumps because everyone's jaw dropped, especially Goku. He's like, wow, this feels just like Black. And even Beerus told Whis, he was like, Whis, and Whis was like, yes, I'm paying attention, I'm watching. So everyone took concern right then and there because Zamasu released his energy, and the minute he released his energy, Goku was like, holy shit, like this guy has the exact same powers as Black, and he was dumbfounded by that. But obviously enough, Goku was able to pretty much outclass Zamasu, and even while they were fighting, Goku pretty much powered down, and he went to go, extend his hand in respect, and that's when Zamasu was gonna, attack him until Gowasu noticed, and he's like, Zamasu, no. And Zamasu picked his hand up, and they stood back up, and Goku was like, wow, man, you're really good. And Zamasu stood silent. So obviously enough, this dude is hiding something. Everyone right then and there figured out that they have the exact same ki. There is no denying that. And even when Beerus and Whis left, Beerus thinks that it might have been best to destroy Zamasu now before he does whatever he does later on down the road. And Goku's like, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like a really agitated person, but he just doesn't seem like a very bad person. And then we pan over back to Gowasu and Zamasu, and they're there, and they're obviously gonna have tea again. But then we see Zamasu, he's all distraught, he's all confused, and he's very, very angry. Now, if you paid attention to every little thing that Zamasu was going to do, he was going to chop Goku in the neck, similar to how Beerus fought Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And we saw how Goku dodged that by unleashing a ki blast, which released Zamasu's energy. So I was talking about this for weeks. I firmly believe that Zamasu is, in fact, Black Goku. He does have similarities in terms of power, in terms of fighting tactics as well. He was able to dodge and avoid Super Saiyan 2 Goku now. And even though it hasn't really been 100% confirmed, we get to see based on his expression, based on his reaction, based on his demeanor, that every single time Goku did something, Zamasu was really troubled by it. Even the Yellow Kaiōshin, who actually took note of this, and he was a little against the idea of Goku fighting Zamasu. We get to see by his demeanor how every single time Zamasu was going to do something to Goku, Gowasu said, no, don't do it. So I think that the Yellow Kaiōshin is also hiding something because they realized after Beerus and Whis left that they're gonna have problems here. Now, even in the preview, we see the Yellow Kaiōshin open up the box, and obviously enough, the rings are all right there, and we see Zamasu laugh. So maybe they planted a decoy. Maybe all of the rings are probably fake. We still don't know what the green ones do as opposed to the silver one. But nevertheless, when Whis explained, that Black had this ring and nobody knows how he got that ring, and also bear in mind that Black also has a earring on his ear, very similar to the Yellow Kaiōshin. So what's that about? We don't really know. But of course, the minute Zamasu unleashed his energy, everyone right there took the fight very serious, especially Beerus, because he noticed right then and there that there was something wrong with the entire scenario, and that's why he wanted to destroy Zamasu right then and there, because he figured that if they have the same ki, take care of the problem now before it gets worse. Now, in terms of the way Zamasu fights, now people can also say that he fights similar to, you know, Black, but I don't think that's the case. The way Black was fighting and the way Goku fights and the way Zamasu fights are three very different individuals when it comes to combat. We saw how Zamasu was pretty much on the defensive. He really wasn't on the offensive as much. All he did was pretty much deflect all of Goku's moves. We didn't really see him throw down, but every single time he wanted to punch Goku, every single time he wanted to attack Goku, the yellow Kaiōshin said no. You have to ask yourself, why is that? Why is the yellow Kaiōshin saying no when it comes to Zamasu being the one to throw the hand? So you have to ask yourself, like, why is this yellow Kaiōshin saying no to all of, you know, Zamasu's attacks? Even when Zamasu was going to quote-unquote chop Goku when he extended his hand, the yellow Kaiōshin said no. So you have to ask yourself, like, what's really going on here? I was reading a bunch of your comments, and a lot of you guys seem to be stuck on the fact that this is, in fact, Black Goku in disguise. Again, we can't really confirm that Zamasu is indeed Black, so anybody out there who feels that way, comment down below and let me know. I do think that he does know of Black, and I'm pretty sure that he probably has somewhat of knowledge as to what Black is doing, but in terms of Zamasu actually being Black, like the actual physical form of him, I'm just not entirely too sold on that, because if anybody would have known first, I think Whis would be the first one to pick up on that. I think Beerus pretty much knows a little bit, but I think since Whis dismissed it and since they all left, I think that Zamasu is not Black, at least not to our knowledge, not unless of course they're hiding something. But then again, in the preview, we get to see them opening up that box and staring at those rings, so perhaps maybe there is a hidden agenda that we aren't really looking at right now. The whole idea with Trunks is going along great, because next week he will be fighting Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which is amazing. Now his father is going to be showing him what the powers of a Super Saiyan God actually are. This is the first time Trunks will ever get to see this power. Guys, this is amazing. Trunks will actually be one of the few Saiyans to be the inheritor of Saiyan powers, because he is going to fight his dad as a Super Saiyan Blue, in which case I do believe Vegeta is going to show him what it's like to have such incredible power and how to obtain it. Of course, towards the end of the preview, we get to see Vegeta grab Trunks, and that was such a moment right there. I mean, that actually reminded me of when Vegeta fought Kaba, because he grabbed Kaba right by the neck, right by the shirt, and he pulled him in. So that was a really similar moment right there. But I do think that Trunks is going to inherit a lot of Vegeta's powers. I'm not trying to say that, you know, Trunks is going to become a Super Saiyan Blue. If Trunks becomes a Super Saiyan Blue, that would really be a shock to me. I think that that'll actually be a moment to where nobody would ever be expecting to have someone like Trunks actually achieve that level of power. But of course, Vegeta offered Trunks some training, so I think that at this very point next week, we're going to witness father and son training for the very first time, willingly by Vegeta, because when was the last time Vegeta ever wanted to train Trunks before? This guy never wanted to train his son, so this is actually a good moment right here. But comment down below, let me know your overall thoughts on Vegeta training Trunks, and if you guys believe that Zamasu is Black, comment down below and simply let me know why, because I think that even if they found out it was him, don't you think that they would have took necessary precaution to like pop off on him right there and kill him? Especially Beerus. If Beerus actually was telling everyone like, hey, I think we should have killed off, you know, Zamasu right then and there, but everyone else was like, eh. Even Goku was like, well, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. And I think that it's Goku being very naive on the simple fact that maybe Beerus knows and Goku doesn't, but since it's not Beerus's fight, Beerus is not going to get involved. So it's up to Goku to make those, you know, radical decisions and stuff. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Once again, guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe for more daily content. If you guys cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super episode 54, punch that like button square in the face, guys. Pretend that, you know, the like button is Black's face. Punch him right square in the face, guys. Thank you all for watching. Once again, tune in for the prediction video, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace. I cannot wait for next week.